Hello, class. I'm Professor Mandeville, and I'm going to be a professor for cultural geography this semester, GEG 121. I want to take this opportunity to introduce myself, tell you how the course is going to operate, and so we can get to know each other, and so you'll all be successful this semester. Now, first of all, a little bit about me. I'm Professor Tom Mandeville. I was born and raised in Michigan. Just like all of you, I went to a community college when I started my college career. I went to St. Clair County Community College in my hometown of Port Huron, Michigan. After graduating from there, I transferred to Eastern Michigan University in Ypsilanti, Michigan. I graduated with honors from Eastern, majoring in political science and American history, and my minor was botany, of all things. So, after I graduated, I did my graduate work at Bowling Green State University in northwestern Ohio, and I graduated there with a master's degree focusing on American history and the American political system. So, I came to Clinton Community College. My first semester was the fall of 1990, and I've been there ever since. I love the North Country, I love Clinton Community College, and I really love teaching. And obviously, my love for teaching, I could retire if I wanted to, but I don't want to because I love teaching so much. So, I'm a North Country resident. I'm a New Yorker now. I've lived here longer than any other place in my life, and I'm proud to be a New Yorker. So, on to this course. This course is obviously in the distance learning format, so we'll be doing everything on Moodle. This is the first time I've ever taught this course, so it's going to be a learning process for me also. I know quite a bit about human geography. It's basically very related to history and political science. And having an intensive background in that, this class came as a natural. And after prepping for this class, I knew all these things, I just never thought of them in this particular fashion. So, the course itself is going to open up on Tuesday, January 18th. All distance learning courses at Clinton Community College open 6 days before the regular semester begins the following Monday. So you need to jump right in as soon as you can, hopefully on the 18th. And one of the first things you need to do is purchase the textbook. Now you've got several different options. And you'll see in the course information documents, and I'll probably put a link to this also in the email I'm going to send you. In all likelihood, the best place to purchase this textbook is right from the publisher, Wiley. Now, I don't know what the Clinton online bookstore is going to charge you for these different options because they don't show me that. I only get a page where I select the books that you're going to have to get. I know how much Wiley will charge you. And obviously, since you're going to take this class sitting in front of a computer, you may just want an ebook. But whatever version of the book you purchase, you have to make sure and purchase, access to Wiley Plus also. Wiley Plus is our companion website. It'll have a whole bunch of other resources, access to videos, articles, and so forth related to the textbook. You can access the ebook right through there. Plus, as you'll find out, it's where you're going to do all the chapter quizzes, which are part of your final grade. So, if you decide to purchase the ebook only, as you'll see in the course information documents, to buy the ebook for one semester with access to Wiley Plus is $69. If you want a permanent copy of the ebook on your computer with single term access to Wiley Plus, that's $79. If you want a loose leaf textbook, I'm not sure what they mean by that, but here's what the hard copy looks like. I have a hard copy, I have an ebook. I've got, different copies of this because the publisher sends it to me. If you want access to Wiley Plus the loose leaf textbook, that's $119. So $69, $79, and $119 are your options when you purchase it right from Wiley. I have a sneaking suspicion that's cheaper than the online bookstore. You compare and find out, but I'll bet it is. Plus, if you are just dealing with the ebook, you go on there, purchase it, you have instantaneous access to it and to Wiley Plus, which you have to have. So, those are your textbook options. Now into some of the first assignments you're going to do. Within Module 1, you'll see there's an extra credit essay. All the directions are there. It's 400 to 500 words. It's your only extra credit option of the semester. So I encourage you to do it. It's a way for me to also get to know you. So that extra credit essay is due on January 26th. It's available from the 18th to the 26th. Please submit it. And here's how the extra credit will work. There's no specific number of points associated with this assignment. What this assignment is worth is something that my grandmother used to say routinely. It'll give you the benefit of the doubt. Meaning, when I'm tabulating your final grade, if you did the extra credit essay, I'm going to give, if you're close to a higher grade, you're going to get the higher grade. If you didn't do the extra credit, oh well, you'll get exactly what you earn point-wise. So, that's how the extra credit works. Another thing you need to work on right away, that'll be available right off the bat when the course opens, is you got to select a term paper topic. You're going to write a 2,500-word term paper this semester. It's not due until, I believe it's April 10th, but I could be wrong. And this paper is going to be on one of 4 subjects. So let me review these with you so you know exactly what I'm talking about. The first subject is pretty pertinent to the world we live in today and human geography, that's for sure. COVID-19. But you'll specifically write about COVID-19, focusing on topics and issues presented to you in Chapter 2, which is on population and health, as you'll find out in your text, and Chapter 8, which is on political geography. So when you get into the textbook and start reading about this, COVID-19 is a perfect example. The textbook is not new enough, or I'm sure they would have used it. Future editions, they'll be using this as an example throughout the textbook. So, how COVID-19 has affected not only us here in the United States, the world population, the health of the world, and how it's being dealt with from a politically geographic perspective. How is the United States dealing with it internationally? How's the World Health Organization? How's other countries dealing with it? So obviously that's a very easy topic to research, very pertinent to today. Your second area that you could choose to write on is the origins of your ancestors. So if you're into genealogy and you've researched where your ancestors have come from, you could write a paper on them from perspectives presented to you in the textbook. So, one perspective that I want you to focus on is migration, which is chapter 3. Where'd they migrate here from? Europe, elsewhere? You know if you've researched it. Also, you're going to want to research it from an identity perspective, chapter 5. People identify with where they come from. A language perspective. If your ancestors, like mine, came from Italy, they probably didn't speak a word of English when they landed here. So language is an issue. So is religion, if your ancestors were religious. So those are the perspectives that I want you to write from. The third choice you have is writing a paper on the North Country in general, but from perspectives presented to you in the textbook. So I want you would write on the North Country from a development standpoint, which is chapter 1, how the North Country developed over time. Also from an agricultural aspect, since it's the number 1 industry in Clinton County. How has agriculture in the North Country developed and changed over time? Obviously, the dairy industry has changed dramatically, just to name one. And from a globalization perspective, even though we're in this rural little county up in the corner of New York, we're connected globally, not only to just Canada, but to the world, especially with the new businesses located here, like Bombardier and Nova Bus, connects us internationally with the world. So, that's chapter 14 in your text. Finally, the other topic you could choose of your 4 choices is climate change, another very pertinent topic that we're all dealing with in the world. And you would look at it from a political geography perspective, chapter 8, from a humanized environment perspective, which is chapter 13 in your text, and from a globalization perspective, once again, chapter 14 in your text. So, you're going to select one of those 4 topics specific to how you want to address it, and you're going to submit to me a short proposal on how you're going to address one of those topics, and submit it to me by January 30th within the class in either Module 1 or Module 2. Module 2 closes on January 30th, as you'll find out. So, that's something else you can get ready to work on. The other thing I want to point out to you that's very important in this course are the discussions. We're going to discuss what we're reading in the textbook and seeing on Wiley Plus and so forth. And as a class, that's how we learn as a group. So the discussions are vital. You need to get right into them. You're graded on them. And they're an important component of this course. Now, a couple other things. I will not be using the Moodle gradebook. I use my own gradebook. I'll send you grade updates after every graded module closes. So you'll get your first grade update the end of January, early February, because Module 2, the first graded module, closes on January 30th. And that'll happen after every module closes. So you won't find a grade within the class. You'll keep getting these updates from me via email. And speaking of email, email is the best way to communicate with me. And all of you need to start reading your Clinton Community College email on a daily basis if you don't already. So I communicate with you. It's how the college communicates with you, especially when things can change very rapidly because of COVID-19 or because of weather. Now, as far as actually, if you want to communicate with me face to face, those times are going to be very limited. Your best option is via email, because you send me an email 7 days a week during regular business hours, I'll respond to it. If it's after 5 o'clock, I'll respond to it the next day. As far as me being on campus, I only teach 2 on-campus courses. I'm only on campus Tuesdays and Thursdays. That's it. And I only have an office hour on Tuesdays and Thursdays, 10 to 11 o'clock. That's it also. I have my 2 classes, and then I leave campus. I don't hang around on campus. I prefer to work in my home office. It's much more comfortable. I have many more sources there, and I have better equipment than the college does. Plus, in this climate right now, the less contact you're having in crowded places, the better it is. And you're taking this class online. I'd stay home if I were you, if you can. So, hopefully this COVID thing ends soon and we find a solution to it. You can write about that in a paper if you want to. I encourage you to make sure and be up to date on your vaccines. I'm sure you've been getting emails already from the college how you got to get tested for COVID this week, how you have to prove you've been vaccinated. If you're eligible for a booster, you have to have it. So if you haven't, there's going to be clinics at the college every Thursday that the county's running to give you an opportunity to do so. So I encourage everyone, be safe, get vaccinated, stay warm, and I look forward to working with you this semester. Take care, everyone. It's going to be a learning experience for me also, and I look forward to it. Bye now.